Hi, my name is Richard Brummel and I'm here at Chard House to have a quick little chat about a couple of lots, a couple of very unusual lots that are coming up in our auction on the 20th of October. Now the first one I want to talk to is a little bit unusual. It's part of a skull. Now, for those of you who watch the videos, we actually had a phrenology skull in recently, the actual human skull all painted. This has come from the same estate as that. Now, that human skull made £5,000. Now, this is basically just the top part of your old noggin here. Now, this has actually been used as a drinking cup. Yep. Used as a drinking cup, not with a brain in it, but with your favourite tipple, your best beer or whatever. And what is interesting about this is the inscription going around it. Now, we're going to do close with that in a minute. It says here, skull drinking cup used by Lord Byron at Newstead Abbey. Now, that's quite an important inscription. However, the font to this is certainly after the time when Lord Byron died, but it is quite conceivable he did actually drink from this. At Newstead Abbey, it was an old monastery, it's an abbey, and dug up in the garden over a number of years were various old monks' heads and what have you, and certainly Lord Byron was well known that in his study had lots of skulls and bits and pieces in there. A little bit into the Gothic era he was, and it is possible that he used this one and then someone in the late Victorian period put an inscription on that for posterity. I've got to be honest, actually it feels really quite nice. It's beautifully polished here. I haven't had anything, I wouldn't have a cup of tea out of it, and this is coming up and the estimate is between £500 and £1,000. However, at the other end of the scale as well is this wonderful tortoiseshell box. Now this is Italian, almost certainly made in Naples around about circa 1740 by a very famous Italian craftsman called Gennaro Serrao, and he was very, very famous for doing all this sort of mother of pearl inlay. We'll show it close up in a minute. All the little decoration, all the piqué work is in gold, so it's all gold inlay, so it's not lacquered or anything. Very carefully, I've got to be very careful this because it's sort of between £4,000 and £6,000. He said just taking the lid off, only because the hinges, the little pins have come out of the hinges, so just going to put the base down. And this is a wonderful quality, and this would have been for a person of a very, very high society, just purely a decorative item. So you've got your sort of mid-18th century Italian box, sort of between £4,000 and £6,000, through to your 19th century skull. So two unusual lots coming up in our huge two-day auction, which is on both days, Thursday the 19th and Friday the 20th of October in Sherborne, Dorset.